because we've got people watching now. Okay, good. So I'll stop rambling. All right. So in my book, I talk extensively about meditation and meditating and how to do that and all of that, but I wanted to keep this video short and bite-sizable. So the main thing that I want to say right now in this first video, I'm just sort of like chunking this down for you guys, is that meditation does not have to be some sort of long process. It's not you having to sit cross-legged in this position and going like, like for hours on end. It can be that. It doesn't have to be mantras either. It can be that, but it doesn't have to be. What really you want to do is just to quiet your mind. And when I say quiet your mind, let me actually rephrase that, because you can't really quiet your mind because intrusive thoughts will come. But what you can do is notice those thoughts as they come and just be like, okay, here's a thought. You can notice it and it can pass away, right? And another thought can come and you can notice it and then you can just let it go. You don't have to grab those thoughts and think about them and swim in them and try to solve the world's problems, right? You can just notice that you're having a thought, and you can noticing that you're having a thought, but you don't have to act on the thought. So it's just sort of tuning out the external noises and then just letting the internal noises just pass, right? And so as you start to do this practice, then your mind does settle down more and you get less and less of those intrusive thoughts. And sometimes you even get messages from your subconscious, bits, pieces of wisdom, answers to questions that you've been trying to work out in the back of your mind, or consciously trying to work out and couldn't do it. So your subconscious is working it out for you. And now the answer is coming to you because you've allowed yourself to be quiet, get into a quiet space. If you're ADD or ADHD, like I am, that D not an activity element, still consider myself ADD. But basically, I can't sit still for hours on end. I need to be moving. So my meditation is a walking meditation. That means that I just get up and I walk out of my house and I just walk around the neighborhood, but I don't listen to podcasts. I don't listen to news or whatever. I may listen to some music if it's meditation music and it's not full of lyrics that could be programming me at some unconscious level, right? So I may either listen to meditation music or just nothing at all. And I'll just get out in nature and just walk and just be alone with my thoughts. And I'll allow my thoughts to pass. Now, you can add a mantra to that. And the good thing about adding a mantra, and it can be any word you want to say, it doesn't have to be Om or whatever. It can be anything. It's just to help your mind focus on the one thing. You could think of red shiny apple, right? Red shiny apple could be the mantra. Red shiny apple, red shiny apple, red shiny apple. So you're just focused in on the red shiny apple. And as you're focusing in on that red shiny apple, all of the rest of the world just seems to disappear and fade away, right? And you get into this calm consciousness, right? And that just does so much to clear your mind and to refresh your soul. And there's been extensive research written about the benefits of meditation. And it doesn't have to be a long meditation. You can start with 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Since I'm doing a walking meditation, it's for however long my walk lasts. I try to walk for 45 minutes every day. It doesn't always happen, but that's my goal. Okay. So, but there's just power in quieting your mind, recognizing that you're in the here and the now. Okay. Nothing is wrong right now. The past doesn't even exist. It's an illusion now. It's just a part of your memory. And if you think of the past, you can think to yourself, the past cannot reach me. The past cannot hurt me. It's just part of my mind. It's an illusion. The future hasn't even been born yet. The past is dead. The future hasn't been born. The future is also in my imagination. So there's no need to think about it, worry about it. Just walk in the moment. Everything is okay in this moment. All is well in this moment. I'm fine in this moment. And in this moment. And in this moment. Red, shiny apple. Right. So I encourage you guys to look up all of the benefits of meditating and just see if you can add it into your daily routine at some point in the day. Start with 1 minute, 2 minutes, and work your way up. You'll find that the more you meditate, the more you're going to want to meditate because it feels so good, right? And because it feels so good, you're going to want to just keep doing it and make it into a longer practice, right? Yeah, so I've got so much more to say on meditation, but I will say those in other videos. But that was sort of the main point that I wanted to get across today is just keep it simple. You don't have to sit. You don't have to say a mantra. You don't have to sit in a yoga pose, right? You can even get up and walk. You could do the walking meditation. Just make sure that you're free of outside distractions, and then any inside distractions, anything come into your mind, just allow them to pass. Just notice your thoughts. Don't try to stop them. Just notice them. Don't entertain them either. So don't swim in them, right? Just be like, okay. And just sort of let it float by. Now that's a practice. So when you find yourself swimming in those thoughts and you're trying to solve a problem or figure something out, or I should have said this thing to my boss the other day and I would have won that argument. No. Now you're entertaining these thoughts and you're swimming in them. That's going to happen at first. But once you catch yourself doing that, just don't worry about it. Just take yourself back out and just notice the thoughts going by again. And if you need to add a mantra just to keep your mind focused on one thing, like Big Red Apple, then use a mantra. Okay. All right. So that's it for today. I'm going to be adding more to this meditation discussion tomorrow. I'll also be talking more about gratitude. I hope you are having a lovely weekend or whatever day of the week it is for you now watching this. And I will see you in the next video.